Hey there, whoa. My camera de-oriented itself when I wasn't paying attention, which is always. Let's fix that. Nope, no. There we go. Okay, great. Hey, everyone. How y'all doing? You may be asking yourself, why are we here? And that's kind of more of a philosophical question. This is a board game and card game and video game Twitch channel. Maybe not the right place to be asking that, but I can give you a more direct answer. The reason we're here is it's the holiday season. And of course, the holiday season starts with the best holiday, Halloween. When, of course, the mighty Halloweener comes out of its dog kennel. And if it sees its shadow, it's 6 more weeks of spooky season. So, how do we celebrate this? Well, clearly by scaring off any light sources by dressing up in costumes. And of course, the one light source we can trust is Jack's O-Lantern. It's a wonderful lantern made of pumpkins. Anyway, no, in all seriousness, it is almost Halloween. Trick-or-treating is a crucial part of America. And all of this trunk-or-treating bullshit is wrong. Okay? Unless you live in a very dangerous neighborhood and it's like at a school, then I guess it's fine. But everyone who does it like, oh, we're not doing Halloween, it always felt wrong, the people who want to cancel Halloween. Because I've been dealing with that for years. But there's one group I do appreciate, and that is the people who want to make sure that children have a treat. Because those are your options. Is a trick or a treat. And if you think to yourself, well, I don't want a trick, then you better hand out some fucking treats. Alright? And if you do not have treats to hand to the chitlins, you're a monster. And that's why they wear the scary costumes, to frighten you. But not all children can handle sweet treats. Some children have Wilford Brimley disease, better known as diabetes. And some other children have other dietary restrictions. For example, a child with celiacs can't eat many brands of licorice. Red, black, fruit, whatever flavor, it doesn't matter. It's made with wheat, and it will kill them. So, you gotta be careful with candy, but you don't have to be careful with Pokemon cards. These are trick-or-trade boosters. Now, I have 2 bags of this. Now, this is actually the bag I'm going to be saving for Halloween. This is not the bag we are opening today. The bag we are opening today has disapparated. Shit. I just had it. Oh, right there it is. Now, you may notice that the bag we're opening is already open. That's because over on the TikToks, now not all licorice has gluten, but some brands do. So if you're going to hand out licorice, it's good to double check that, especially if you have a child in your life with a gluten sensitivity, a gluten allergy, or celiac disease, or something in that wheelhouse. Or you can get them Pokemon cards, which are a nutritious part of a balanced breakfast. Now, I already opened one pack. This pack was opened on TikTok. Had a Murkrow. It had a Spinarak. It had a fucking foil Mewtwo. So, I mean, that's what TikTok got to experience alive, except for the part where it's pre-recorded. But you guys on Twitch, you get to see that that's what we got. Now, all the cards in this are spoopy. They are all spoopy cards. Also, you'll notice that all of them have a little Jack-O-Lantern Pikachu. And on the foils, the little Jack-O-Lantern Pikachu is also foiled, which is nice. It's not a full foiling. It's not like to pull these out from some of my TikTok openings. It's not like this textured foil that Melmetal has. It's not like this inverse foil that Magikarp has. This is classical foiling, where it's just on the art, but it's also on the Pikachu stamp. Anyway, these are all spoopy cards. A bag comes with 40 packs of cards. It's $15.99, I think, over at Walmart. A little bit more expensive than candy. But you can give these to a child who can't handle sugar, or who can't handle gluten, or who can't handle theobromine, or tyramine. Both of those are found in chocolate. That's why I can't eat too much dark chocolate. I have a tyramine sensitivity. So, like, white chocolate, delicious, fantastic. Pour it into my veins, except don't, because my heart would stop. Put it into my tummy. Milk chocolate, I'll have a little. I'll have a treat. Dark chocolate, nah, I don't need a migraine, dude. And, like, tyramines found in a bunch of things. It started with avocados for me. Avocados and fried chicken always did it to me. Cheddar cheese does it to me in big enough amounts. But once I became, like, 27, 28, dark chocolate, suddenly, I was sensitive to that one, too. So, I think about these things. I think about how some children will be coming to your door, and you don't know their story. So it's nice to have other treats to give them, and this is a great option. It costs about the same as a big bag of candy. You don't have to give it to every kid. You can ask them if they want candy or something else, and then if they go something else, the parents go like, yeah, you can't have candy. You can give Pokemon. You can Pokemon cards. The other thing you can do is you can get some draft chaff and like make your own little Halloween baggies, but that's a little Martha Stewarty, and I don't have the energy for that. But if you want me to do that next year and make little Halloween bundles of Magic cards out of the draft chaff box, give me a sub to me so I can stop doing my day job and make this my job, and I'll have enough money to do that. But in the meantime, let's look at some Pokemon booster bundles. They'll have Pikachu and Gengar on them. They'll have spooky cards inside. You could do toothbrushes like the neighborhood dentist. The problem with that is if you're only giving toothbrushes, your house is getting fucking egged. Because it's trick or treat, not treat or dental health. Now, mind you, I was also always the kid who liked going to the dentist because I got a new toothbrush. And he got to use the cool cherry flavored stuff on me. And then my teeth felt so nice. So, like, I liked going to the dentist as a child. I miss my childhood dentist. I miss Dr. Cole. He passed when I was 19 from pneumonia. It's actually very, very sad. So yeah, there are cards such as Gengar, Pumpkaboo, Darkrai, Mimikyu, and shadowy Pokemon. I want to say there's also like a Pikachu and a Squirtle in a costume. Yes, I'd use my teeth because this pack is impossible to open. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got, in this pack, Pumpkaboo. Ooh, it's a little clay Pumpkaboo. Look at, I'm going to pull this in closer here. Look at that Pumpkaboo. Now, are you going to stay? Hold on, let me tighten this arm. Ugh. That might be better. For the, hey. Don't you unfocus on me, soldier. Focus on the Pumpkaboo. Yeah, good enough. I love that little clay Pumpkaboo. That is adorable. That is fucking adorable. So that's our psychic pile. We have a dark pile. That'll work. We got a foil Mimikyu. Look at that Mimikyu. Look at how adorable he is. He has heel jamming, so your opponents will hate you. And also, you can't really see it because of the foil. Oh, you can't at that angle. He has his little darkness hands coming out from under the costume. That's amazing. And we got Pikachu. This Pikachu's not spoopy. This Pikachu's just yellow. Which I guess, like, if you thought the King in Yellow was a scary story, that would be terrifying. I don't fucking know. But anyway, so these are just some of the options you can get in the packs. Like I said, I have another box. We don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters, so the 40 packs for me is enough. I could probably give it to every trick-or-treater and have some left over. Got another Pumpkaboo. We got Cubone! Now, Cubone, I would argue, totally counts as a spoopy Pokemon, because that's his mother's skull. Now, the thing is we always interpret his mother's skull to mean, like, the one out of her head. I think it's just like a family heirloom. I think it's like antlers. When they become a Marowak, they just grow a second skull. Like they take off their Cubone skulls, and they like grow them like tonsil stones or some shit. Anyway, he's cute. He's got bones. That makes him a skeleton. We got another Mimikyu. I actually really like this Mimikyu. That might go in the cube. And yes, I am using a knife at this point to open them. I don't do that when I'm on TikTok, because TikTok, if it sees a knife, algorithmically, it'll throw a fit. I think you put the rare on the front. I don't like that. I've got a Duskull. I like Duskull. I don't like it when they make it look like he has more than one eye. Duskull has one eye that goes between each socket. But he's pretty cute. Then we got Ariados. I love Ariados. I love Ariados so much. Especially because we can use them with this Spinnerack. I don't know why. They're just some of my favorites from Gen 2. Then we got a Chandelure. I love Chandelure. Hi, Mistaken Amy. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, no, I really love this this entire product line for having the entire concept of this product of, hey kids, you can't have candy, have some Pokerman cards. That's great. I think that's great. TikTok, what have you got there? You a knife? TikTok, no. TikTok will shadow ban you for having a knife. If you show off your own body, they will think it's a murder scene unless you write fake body sometimes. It's the dumbest shit. TikTok censorship is wild. Their algorithm does typically help you find an audience easier than, say, Twitch or YouTube, but the amount of censorship you have to deal with is fucking bullshit. As well as, and this is just a personal thing, they're starting to do the Facebook thing where you have to pay for like follows or for your eye or for eyes to end up on you, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. Anyway, we got a Nickit. We got Phantom. Oh, it's one of the saddest Pokemon ever, but it's adorable. It's a baby ghost with a little stump. Oh. I'm going to put him over here. Yeah, it doesn't show content to all your followers. If your For You page is curated, and this is the same thing Facebook does, by the way. Anytime you see those, oh, you're on my Facebook, and you haven't talked to me, so I'm unfriending you. Facebook only shows your shit to like 12% of the people you're connected to. I know people who weren't aware that like relatives died because it was announced on Facebook. Because if you want things to go out chronologically, your only two options, really, are Twitter and Tumblr. But also, Twitter's not for family. Twitter's not for friends. Twitter is for business. And Tumblr's a hell site. But God, what a hell site it is. Anyway, we have a Gengar. That Gengar's up to shit. That Gengar is fucking up to shit. He is going... just licking everything. Licky licky. Alrighty. Let's get right in here. And we have a Haunter. Well, that's good. That goes with the Gengar. And we have another Pikachu. It's the same Pikachu. Ooh, Dusk Noir, which comes from Dusclops. So we're missing the middle. Yeah, it's not bad. We've got the top and the bottom. Just missing the middle. Oh, I am so glad you're enjoying me. Thank you. I do try. I try to have a little bit of humor in what I'm doing. I shouldn't open these from the back because that just reveals the rare. Hi, it's Mimikyu again. Hi guys, it's me, Mimikyu. Another Pikachu. Oh, there's Dusclops. Well, my anxiety about not having the middle one is now immediately gone. I do feel bad that I've only really been doing pack openings. As fun as they are, I love doing pack openings. But I do feel bad that that's all I've really been doing. Because, like, I keep meaning to stream, like, Planet Crafter, or some cozy games, or just some adventure games. Things have been hectic, things are getting better. Hey, another... I love the clay. I love the polymer clays. I love the crocheted ones. They're great. Ooh, Hatchrim! I do like Hatchrim. I think Hatterena is the top one. I love that they just made, like, this Candy Goth Witch, and her ultimate form is, I'm gonna beat you to death if you so much as have a feeling. We got Darkrai. Yeah. I'll take a Darkrai. I will gladly take a Darkrai. Shit, yeah. So as I've mentioned on TikTok, I don't know if I've mentioned it here, I'm making a Pokemon Cube. And Pokemon Cubes are an entirely different beast than a Magic Cube. 100%. And it's wild, some of the things I'm learning as I'm putting this together. And I had like a whole Twitter thread, and I never went back and put in the metal starters. That's on me. I gotta go back to that Twitter thread. Here we got a Poltegeist. It's a Poltegeist. He's got the tea. He's gonna spill it. People are gonna know what you did. We got another Spinarak. We got a Gourgeist. I like Gourgeist. She has nice hair. It's probably made of pumpkin guts, but it's still nice hair. Sadly, the foils are curling, and they're curling in a different way than Magic's foils do, which is very confusing to me. Why is it that Pokemon's foils curl vertically, but Magic's curl horizontally? That's not a why do Magic cards walk like this type of a joke. I'm legitimately wondering what makes their curls different. We got another Murkrow. Ooh, a Litwick! I love Litwick. Okay, so now we're missing Lampent. Anxiety about middle forms is back. Ooh, Trevenant. Now we can make our Phantoms grow up into damaged adults. Lovely. Things are getting a little better. They are not getting better as fast as I would like. But part of that is an active decision on my part that I need to stream more. And I need to make more TikToks. So I'm trying to do daily TikToks, and the way I'm getting around that is I'm recording pack openings and putting them in my drafts, and then I post them in the morning. And I've noticed that's getting me some results. As for the more often streams, I was down to like one every 3 months, so I think I'm doing better there. Admittedly, one of my bigger advantages with doing streams was that Frere, my friend, was able to do them with me. Up until recently, Frere was not able to do them again, because Frere has been sick. Then Frere had surgery, and now is not sick. We've got another Nickit. There's Lampent. Okay, anxiety resolved. And, hey, another Mewtwo. I don't know anyone in their right mind who's going to be against a foil Mewtwo. No one in their right mind. Everyone loves Mewtwo. Oh, goodness. Also, nothing's more concerning than your wife going, hey, I think I'm losing my sense of taste again. I need you to eat this. And then you realize that you both just ate expired salami. That's how my day's been going. Hey, another Pumpkaboo. Hey, another Ariados. There's Hatterene. Okay, so we're missing the baby. But yeah, her Pokedex entry is literally, if you're too loud around it, you risk being torn apart by the claws on its tentacle. This Pokemon is also known as the Forest Witch. This is a witch of beat the shit out of you for being loud. That's just how the Hatterene do. Now, something I'm noticing, I have not pulled a water type. I have not pulled a steel type. I think... No, there's another one. There are 10 types in Pokemon. I haven't pulled a normal. I know they don't do fairies anymore. They stopped doing fairy types, much to my dismay. I thought fairy type brought something new to the party. I don't know if there's a metal in this one. I don't know if there's a water. I don't know if there's a normal. I don't know if there's a dragon. Hey, there's a Ghastly. So now we got Ghastly's evolutionary line done. Got another Phantom. Another Mewtwo. We were playing a lot more foil Mewtwo's than I ever did as a child, and that makes me a little mad. I also realize that's because this is a limited set, and this is not a set meant for, like, making decks out of. This is a set meant for giving to children on Halloween. Now, as for what I will do with these cards, I might give some of the extras to some of my friends with children. I might put them aside. I will definitely put some in the cube. Because some of these fit exactly what I need. In fact, before I go into the next pack, one of the dark themes is Murkrow. And this is a reprint of the exact Murkrow we were going to use. So I need 4 copies of it. The Halloween one does just as well. Duskull. Cool. There's Satena. Alright. We have another full evolutionary line. and another Mimikyu. I might just ship one of these Mimikyus to Wilhelmina, because I know how much Wilhelmina enjoys Mimikyu. I might also just give one to my wife, because my wife loves Mimikyu. I forgot I opened this one backwards again. Yes, the same wife who made me eat expired salami. Dust Noir, Cuba. Ooh, a Mischievous. I'll take a Mischievous. She was Mumble. I can do that. I can't do it for long. It actually hurts me, like, as an entertainer, to mumble even for a joke. Dusclops? Sure. Yep. Another Spinarak. Another Chandelure. You know, I'm going to pull up the list. Let me pull up the list of what's in this set. And we're going to see what we could get. Halloween booster packs. Sure. Amazon's reselling them for $47 for 2. That's ridiculous. Here we go. So Pokemon we could have. Hollows. Chandelure, Darkrai, Dusk Noir, Gengar, Gourgeist, Hatterene, Mewtwo, Mimikyu, Mismagius, and Trevenant. We're only missing Mismagius. Meanwhile, what we can find in the packs, Ariados, Chandelure, Cubone, Darkrai, Dusclops, Dusk Noir, Duskull, Ghastly, Gengar, Gourgeist, Hatena, Hatterene, Hatchrim, Haunter, Lampent, Litwick, Mewtwo, Mimikyu, Mischievous, Mismagius. So we're missing Mismagius. Murkrow, Nickit, Phantump, Pikachu, Poltegeist, Pumpkaboo, Sinistea. I don't think we've pulled Sinistea yet. And Zubat. There's 3 cards left out of this set for us to find. I will say, if we find those 3, so that's Sinistea, Zubat, and Mismagius, and a foil Mismagius at that, then I say we're done opening these packs, and I'll just give the rest of these away at Halloween. I think that's fair. There's another Gengar, another Ariados, another Duskull. Cool. Because that's these were meant to be given to children. These were not meant to be opened by a 32-year-old man to his illustrious audience. There may only be 4 of you, but you know what? You're still better than a lot of other people's. And like, I mean that. I honestly mean that. I've been into some bigger channels, audiences, and there's some people who are mean. I'm glad that my mods can be chill. To the point I don't really have mods anymore. Okay, we have Poltegeist again. Hatchrim again. Gourgeist again, all purple. So yeah, there are no blues, there are no grays, there are no whites. Only purple, red, orange, yellow, black, and green. No pinks, because they completely stopped making pink. Makes me a little sad. Oh, by the way, this isn't all of them. There's another half a stack in here. Duskull, Phantump, Trevenant, sure. Let's see here. How is my wife? Did I get her back for feeding you? Yeah, it was expired salami. Now, she had me taste the salami because she had eaten it earlier. And she also ate some peanut butter. And she was very, very concerned that she might be losing her sense of taste because both of us got COVID back in June. And admittedly, there's still a few things we're recovering from on that. I still don't have all my sense of smell back. There's a couple things I just cannot smell. And she's currently been feeling weak, so she was afraid she was getting COVID again. Which, completely reasonable fear after us getting it in June and July. Which that's a whole story in and of itself. I made the calculated decision of going to a lunch buffet with her, and I'm bad at math. So what ended up happening was I was getting us drinks at the lunch buffet, and I wanted a slushie, and she wanted a frozen lemonade. So I got her a frozen lemonade, I got myself a slushie. I go back to the slushie machine to get a refill, and there's a child licking his fingers and sticking it into the nozzle of the blue slushie, also known as the right flavor of slushie. So, of course, I chastise him. His mother gives me a dirty look. I'm like, Look at me, Drew. Look, your kid's infecting people. We're still in a pandemic. Um, I decided I'm going to take it easy. Then I was given a 14-hour emergency shift at my day job, which I am an emergency responder of a sort. Um, and so sometimes that happens. I left for work before 6 a.m. I did not get back until after 8 or so. I get home. I'm exhausted. I wake up in the middle of the night with 102.9 degree fever. I call out. They make me COVID test. I'm positive. It ends up taking me the whole 2 weeks to get better until I test negative again. It's ridiculous. And about 4 days into me being sick, my wife gets it. So both of us are recovering. Now, she didn't get hit as hard as I did, but this wasn't like I only had a cold. I don't know what you're whining about kind of a thing. No, she was laid out for 5 days, too. We were both miserable. And then we gave it to Freyr. That's how June ended. July started. I was so tired. I was trying to play Journey to the Savage Planet, and even with cheats on, I couldn't do it. I had the invincibility cheat on, and I'm just like, my head's swimming. I can't do it. That's how miserable it was. The game that I turn on cheat so that it can become my mindless, don't even think, all that's going on. I tried, but they just kind of shrugged me off. Amy's asking if I told them about the slushy needing to get cleaned out. I did, and they just kind of like went, and it's like, come on, man. Come on. And the thing is, this is how bad it hit me with a double dose of the vaccine and a booster. So that's how bad that was. So please get vaccinated, because if that was worse, I don't think I would have made it. They had to pump me full of antivirals. Admittedly, because I'm also, I have lung damage from when I was 19. I had a really bad pneumonia, and I'm overweight. So I had some complicating conditions. Anyway, so she's afraid of getting long COVID, and she's telling me, like, the salami doesn't taste right, the peanut butter doesn't taste right. So I try the salami, and I go, something's off about it. I'm going to keep chewing it. And what I thought was the flavor of sage was the flavor of butyric acid. Butyric acid should only naturally occur in fermented foods. You will sometimes get it in or cultured foods. Sorry, cultured foods. I need to get my second booster. So butyric acid should be in cultured foods, and in one specific exception to that. So cultured foods would be buttermilk, ranch dressing, cheeses. Those all have butyric acid. Butyric acid gets its name from buttermilk. But it's also found specifically in Pennsylvania-style dehydrated milk, which is an ingredient in Hershey's chocolate. That's why a lot of people from outside of the US think that Hershey's chocolate tastes like vomit, because that's the other place butyric acid shows up, is in your stomach acid if you've had dairy. It reacts with the milk proteins, create butyric acid, so when you throw up, that's the vomit taste. The salami had that flavor. And it was disgusting. I thought, and the sage covered it up for a hot minute, and it was like, whoa! So I spat that up into my trash can. Then she goes, what about the peanut butter? And I grabbed the jar she was heating out of. I went, not the green jar, right? Because that one was expired. I was originally going to give it to the birds in the backyard, and I thought, no, that's not fair. So I threw away the green and the blue jar because those were expired. Or sorry, the green and the orange jar. I pick up the blue jar. The blue jar is expired by 6 months. I am so bad at keeping track of peanut butter. Because, like, as an American, I feel I need to have peanut butter in the house. And then I don't eat it. Because I like it, but I don't like it. Anyway, we still have 3 cards to find. Chocolate passing a note to peanut butter. Do you like me? Okay, we got another Haunter. Got another Pikachu. Got another Mewtwo. Alright, so we're down to our last stack in this booster bundle. I hope we find those 3. I will say this. If we don't find them, I am not tearing into... I'm not tearing into the other bag. The other bag is specifically for the children on Halloween. Now, if those children don't show up, I'm ripping into them. And now, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's 5:01, no kids showed up. But if they're not here by... I think 10 is a fair time to shut off the light. Then yeah. Oh yeah, and not just mildly expired. The salami, I think, was mildly expired. It was only like a few days. The peanut butter was 6 months. And it's because we reorganized. We didn't realize we already had a jar. So there's an identical jar that is still good for like another couple months. I think she thought she was getting the new jar because it looks just like the new jar. Sinisty! Alright. 1 down, 2 to go. Yeah, I think 10's fair. I think 10 is a fair time to shut off the lights and go like, if you kids weren't here by 10, you're not getting candy. Now, like, does that mean I'm going to start tearing into them at 10:01? No. 10's when I'm going to start winding down. I'm going to go sleep. And then, like, if I get a knock at, like, 10:10, I'll still do it. But it's like 11. You're on your own, kid. Go home. Oh, one other thing. If a kid comes up and doesn't say trick or treat, still give them fucking candy. Some of them are too little. Some of them are nonverbal. And it's like, oh, they can use the blue autism pumpkin. No. Just let them do the thing. What if they want the green Frankenstein bucket from McDonald's? I used my white ghost one for years. It's fine. And then the other big thing is like, oh, what if it's a teenager? You know how many friends I had growing up whose families didn't do holidays, and so they couldn't go trick-or-treating until they were teenagers, and we were just dicking around? I still dressed up as Link for Halloween at the age of 14. I want to say 15, I just wore a casino t-shirt and said I was a billboard. That year I was really lazy. But, like, 15, or 16, I was Rorschach, and I like, made the mask so I could wear sunglasses under it, and so I could still see. I did Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was, like, 11. I dressed up all the way through, up until college. And then as an adult, I still dressed up. Last year I was Arthur Dent, mostly because it meant I could just wear pajamas to work. Oh, no, it was 2 years ago. Okay, we got a Ghastly. Got another Pikachu. Got a Gorgeist. Alright. Yeah, you show up, you get candy. Like, I understand they're like, oh, it's trick-or-treat, you have to say trick-or-treat. No, you don't. You just have to give them candy as a bribe so they don't egg your house, because that used to be the Christmas tradition. You give them pennies and they chuck them at you. But, like, the parents can get a little bit of candy, too. I don't care. I'm the end of the block. If they walk all the way over here, they deserve it. Growing up, I lived on the top of a hill that was at the end of the block. We just put the candy bowl out on the porch, and it's like, if you made it up here, take what you want. In 2 years, they just dumped a whole thing of candy in their bag. It's like, do it. Take the candy. Save us from ourselves. Alright, that's all duplicates. We are still... Who are we still looking for? Okay, we got Sinisty. So we need Zubat. Surprisingly, we can't find a fucking Zubat. Zubat and Mischievous. Mischievous will be hard because she's a rare. Zubat's a common, and we have not pulled a Zubat. What kind of twisted world are we in that we can't catch a Zubat? How accurate is this list? Should I trust .esports? God, .esports, like, reloads the page every time I scroll. What the hell? Alright. Let's look at Ludkin's Media. I think they have pictures. Alright. Looking at it. Looking at this. Sinisty. Okay, Zubat's in black. Cool. Yeah, Zubat and Mischievous. So I can see the cards now. I know they exist. That makes me feel better. Or Miss Magius is who we're looking for. Yes. But yeah, what kind of fucking world are we in that I can't get a Zubat? This is the opposite of everyone else's problem.
I would recommend you go into a cave.
I can't. Those are all abandoned mines. I'll die. Okay, we got a Mischievous. We got Cubone. We got another Mimikyu. So many fucking Mimikyus. Take him. Take the Mimikyu. Take it from me.
You're gonna get majesticness.
Alright, so yes, we want... I would like to find the Zubat and the Mischievous before we hit the last pack. I would really like to. I'd like to find all of them in a single bag. Zubat! Oh, I didn't know it was crocheted! I love the crocheted ones. Cap, you literally just made the same joke my wife did a minute earlier. One of the people in chat just made the "Have you tried any caves?" joke right after you did. Yeah, we found a Zubat. Okay. So now we just need Mischievous. We are down to Mischievous. Also, that's the fucking cutest Zubat. That is the fucking cutest Zubat. If nothing else convinces you to buy this, if not, love for your fellow man and their children on Halloween, if not love of Pokemon because us as Americans only understand things through branding.
That is adorable!
Right? If there's nothing else, the fact that there is a little clay Pumpkaboo and a little crocheted Zubat should be all that you need to just buy this. And also, a lot of these are just really good watercolors. It is way too fucking cute. It is way too fucking cute. I realize you guys are on a delay, aren't you? I'm watching the live feed. What does it say on Twitch? Where are we at on Twitch? Okay, so that's at least a good 10-second delay. Alright. Come on, Mischievous. If we get Mischievous, the remaining packs can go to children. Children in need of probably sugar, but they can't have it. Okay, another Murkrow. Another Hatchrim. Another Darkrai. You know what? Not the worst thing in the world. God, it's fuck it. Hold up. Yeah. Crocheted Zubat forever. Just stays here now. Love him. I love him. I love him. This is my son now. I'm gonna be honest, when I was building my cube, half of my decisions for what cards go in it was, oh, that one's made of clay, that one's crocheted, that's going in. Now, how does a Pokemon cube work compared to a normal cube? So, a normal cube is drafting. If now drafting works, basically you open a pack, you pick the cards you want, you move on. But a Pokemon cube works a little differently in that you start with 2 packs, and the packs are set. You know what's in them by looking at them. At least you know what part of it. And that's basically your starter Pokemon, and you just get that. You get that and all the cards inside of it that support it. Okay, another Duskull. And there's going to be 2 of each starter. But there's also 2 starters for each type. So, Cap, that's a good defense, except you're playing Overwatch and not Gundam Evolution. You should switch to Gundam Evolution. It's great. It's free. But anyway, the cube works really well because then you can do things like you pick your first starter, it goes around the table, and then the person who had to pick their first starter last gets to pick their second starter first. And so no matter what you do, even if you completely botch the draft part of it, you're going to have an okay deck from those 2 together. No matter what you do. But you could draft better Pokemon and better items and better trainers to help you to bring it up. Because, you could just have Ralts. But isn't Ralts better if you also have Mewtwo? We got Ariados. What is that? That's Miss Magius. We're done. We have the whole set. These go to the children. How many do we give to children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of these are going to children. That's good. It's not too late to stop, Cap. You can stop at any time. It's a sunk cost fallacy. Believe me. You can do it. I believe in you. Alright, so we have, I just counted these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12! We have 12 packs. We have the whole set. So let's look at our whole set. Let's look at how many we got of each one. So we know we only have 1 Miss Magius because that's who we were waiting on till the end. So let's look at all of our fighting cards and all of our electric cards first. There's the small stack. So we have Cubone, Cubone, and Cubone. That's it's a good spread. I see a lot of Cubone here. I'm actually a little disappointed in that. Yes, I'm a little disappointed that Cubone is our only ground type in this set, and that they did not include a Alolan Marowak, the ghost type Marowak. But yeah, so Cubone's fun. Then in our yellow, we have Pikachu, 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 and Pikachu. That's it.
All the Pikachus.
Alright. We got some Pikachus. Great. Now let's look at our greens. Our greens actually have a bit more variety to it. We have Trevenant, Trevenant, Phantump, Phantump, Trevenant, and Phantump. I said a little bit more variety, and I was technically correct. Meanwhile, over in red, we have Litwick, Chandelure, Lampent, Litwick, and Chandelure. I wish we had pulled another Lampent, but at least we have a full playset right there. And in fact, Fire Litwick is one of the pool Pokemon for the cube, so that's wonderful. Pool Pokemon meaning, of course, those are the Pokemon you find during the draft. The draft meant to represent your Pokemon journey. Alright, so now we have our black. We have Zubat, Ariados, Spinarak, Darkrai, Murkrow, another Ariados, another Spinarak, another Ariados, a Nickit, another Murkrow, another Spinarak, another Darkrai, another Nickit, another Ariados, another Murkrow, and another Spinarak. Very, very good. Very, very good. God, I just love that little crocheted Zubat. He's going right on top. Love that. Alright, and now our purples. Got a Mismagius, Duskull, Dusclops. We got a Hatchrim, a Mewtwo, a Haunter, a Mischievous, a Dusknoir, a Hatena. God, there's so many of these. A Pumpkaboo. I think we're running out of room. A Gourgeist, a Ghastly. Yes, a Gengar, a Sinistea, another Mewtwo, another Haunter, a Duskull, a Gourgeist, a Hatchrim, a Poltegeist, a Duskull, a Gengar. I'm realizing that with my intonation it's the same as a witch's hat, a pentagram on the floor, a witch's hat, a broom. I don't actually watch Ghost Hunters, or what's the new show called?
Ghost Files.
Ghost Files. But Michaela and Frere both do. So I have absorbed some of it by osmosis, I guess is the way to put it.
We love watching Shane and Ryan mess around in haunted houses.
Yes. Yes, they do. For me, there's just a lot of, like, ghosts aren't real. My favorite paranormal show was Paranormal Home Inspectors, in which you would have the first woman like look into the history to see what ghost it could possibly be. You'd have the second gal who would like look into all the spiritualism, and then Brian shows up, and that's what you're watching the show for. It's like, oh, sometimes there's a mysterious draft. Yeah, you put a chair on top of your heating vent. Oh, and then this glass just shattered. Yeah, you had like a whole gallon of water in there. That's dumb. Don't do that. That's gonna shatter from the weight. It's like, I love that, man. God, we have so many Mimikyus. So many Mimikyus. I'm gonna have to mail some Mimikyus out. Just use up all these Mimikyus. Anyway. Oh, you're that Amy. Hey, Amy. Trying to test yourself in Access. I just saw a job listing that needs Access. I don't know what Microsoft Access is, so I definitely don't have a year of experience in it. Take these Mimikyus to the side. I got 4 of them. I had 5. I gave one to my wife. It's hers now. We will never see it again, except for all the times we see it, because she just put it up. She pinned it to her board, but not in a way where it pierces the card, because that's what she does. She doesn't pierce cards because she understands they have value. I just heard the cat's getting up to bullshit.
And now I get to see if I have to kill a cat.
Please don't kill the cat. Alright, not too bad opening up cards. And honestly, that only took us 45 minutes, even with all the table talk. Well, shit. Well, now what? Now what to do? I don't know, I didn't think this far ahead. Maybe I should switch to Planet Crafter. So, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna kill this. I'm going to get Planet Crafter running, and I'll be back in a minute. So hang tight if you're watching this live. If you're not watching this live, hello from the past. How's the future? Did we figure out the flying car problem yet? The problem of I don't have one? Please tell me we have. Yeah, we're going to switch. I'm going to set up the new camera for my face. And we're going to try to get Planet Crafter running without overheating my computer. Yeah. See y'all later.